So this morning, I was doing my morning study, and it was one of my favorite pieces of scripture. So I wanted to get on here and just share because it just literally sets me on fire every time. And it's in Luke chapter 5. And Jesus is just kind of starting his ministry journey, and he goes out to the water where Peter is, Simon is, and he tells him to put out his net. And Simon says, "I've been toiling all night, but at your word I will." And he puts down the net and catches this abundance, where then the other boat had to come out, and then both boats started sinking because it was crazy. And he came back, and Jesus says, "Follow me, and I'll make you a fisherman of men." And I love this line that Simon says. He says, "I've been toiling all night. Like, this work is really stinking hard, but whatever you say, I will do." And it is like my heart beat completely. Like, that's me, is I'm just like, at your will or at your word, I will, every single time. But there's so many other little pieces to this story when you take a deeper look, from Jesus coming and meeting Peter where he was at. Like, Peter didn't go off looking for him in Galilee when he heard about this guy who's walking around healing people, teaching in synagogues. He heard of him, obviously, because he's like, Matt, he calls him master, like he's heard of him. And he didn't go out seeking him. Jesus comes and finds Peter, which I absolutely love, doing his normal, ordinary life and asking him to not change anything, to just trust him in his ordinary life, in the thing he does every single day, to trust him in it. And he goes and lets down his net. And I'm just like, every time I read this story, I am just like, yes, it's so good. And it's just an encouragement constantly to me over and over and over again, that though motherhood can sometimes be really hard, right? Like, anyone who's in that mothering of young kids stage of life, it's all consuming, and you can sometimes feel like you are endlessly serving nonstop, never getting a break, never having, me time, which whatever that is, and you can just feel this endlessness. But really, if you look at it and reframe any hard task, so that goes not just for motherhood, but any hard task. Maybe you're working a ton, or you feel like a slave to your yard work, I don't know, or to whatever, or to your ministry that you're in, and it's just this toiling over and over, this ministry that you feel God's called you to, and it's so hard. So this can apply to absolutely anything that's hard in your life. If you reframe it in your head of the Lord specifically coming to you personally and asking you to do it, would you not say, "I will"? Right? You totally change your perspective. You're no longer grumbling like, "Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Why? When is this going to end?" But when you reframe it of him saying, "Hey, I want you to just go a little bit longer. Hey, just trust me with this." It's like, yeah, I will. And you almost get it into a spot in your mind and in your heart where you just do it with this joy because you're doing it for the Lord, and the Bible talks about that too, right? A little bit later, I actually think it's in Luke a little bit later, or no, maybe it was Paul who said it, but everything you do unto the Lord is working for the Lord, not for man. And for some reason the passage reference isn't coming to my mind right now, but it's a consistent thing we see in scripture of doing it unto him. It makes it a lot easier to grumble less and to just be happy to do it because it's the mission God has you on. So just wanted to share with you guys today because it was an awesome study this morning, because I love every single time I get to that part in Luke. So have a good day, guys.